Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is January 21st, and I am in the outskirts of San Diego currently taking a look at the visible satellite imagery, and you can see an area of cloud to be had across the state of California. There's Mount Shasta up to the north, just some high-level clouds moving across Northern California and portions of Nevada right now. The marine layer nowhere to be found. Strong offshore winds continue today, and we're going to continue to do so all the way through the end of this week with some very dry conditions. But we have some good news as we have a somewhat of a pattern change coming. Well, not so much of a pattern change, but one of these inside sliders is going to come down and likely to bring precipitation here to cross portions of the state of California and even Southern California. So we're going to dive into those details as we go through the video this morning. Taking a look at yesterday, if you were watching the live stream, we hit 103 miles per hour. We actually hit 99 with another gust and 81 as well. Actually, some of the pebbles from this gust broke out the back window of our vehicle there. So we're going to tape that up today before we head back out. So yeah, fun stuff. Thanks for watching if you were around last night. Still red flag warnings out there. This goes through 10 a.m. today. Still strong offshore winds. That will be gradually declining as we go through the day today. But again, we're going to bring these winds back as we go through the next few days with, again, very dry conditions. And look at some of these relative humidities, 4 to 10% today. Gusts 60, 80 over the mountains. So be careful. Blowing dust out there is possible. And of course, the very dangerous fire conditions. Do not do anything that could possibly start a fire. I know we got a lot of fire personnel out there, and a lot of fires tried to start yesterday, but they were able to get on top of them quite quickly. So looking at things right now, this is the European model last night's one, and you can clearly see that these are coming out of the northeast and kind of sweeping back across Southern California as we speak. That continues on in through the morning hours into the afternoon, but then it's declining as we go on in through tomorrow morning. But then you can quickly see they start to return as we go through Wednesday night and on in through Thursday. The offshore winds continue. Now we're into Friday morning, and finally things start to switch up. And you'll notice the trough digging down the coastline here, and you'll notice that counterclockwise spin, the low pressure system coming down the coast of California, and that's going to bring some much needed precipitation. And I'm crossing my fingers we can follow it up with some kind of rainfall after that as well. But we'll take a look at that here in a moment. If we take a look at 80-meter wind speeds on the North American model, again, you can kind of see those blustery, gusty conditions continuing today. Very low relative humidities going all the way on and through Wednesday. We get a bit of a break, but then quickly as we go again Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we're going to be bringing back some fairly moderate, maybe some locally strong Santa Ana winds as we go through the day on Thursday. So if we look at relative humidity, of course, you can see the valley areas of San Joaquin and Sacramento Valley, and the desert areas here as well, of course, are quite dry right now, but we really dry things out as we go through the afternoon, early afternoon hours. I mean, some of these relative humidities are just ridiculous, down into the low single digits there. So again, be very careful. Right fire conditions out there. It's just a tinderbox, and you can see we're pretty dry across much of the state, even across the Sierra Nevada, and even the valley areas are dropping down a bit here as well. So yeah, we got that to look forward to. But again, I'm going to play this through, and we're going to go off into Friday here and watch what happens as we go on in towards Saturday. You see that relative humidity start to come back in as the again, low pressure system moving on the coastline will be bringing some of that moisture back into the area. So hopefully you can put an end to those Santa Ana winds and the offshore winds for a while. Now taking a look here at 6-hour precipitation by type. So this one kind of largely skips the Pacific Northwest, but there it goes, starts to dig down the coastline. And again, it is an inside slider, so it's not working with a lot of moisture, but it is something. It'll be bringing some clouds, some precipitation, especially across some of the transverse and the peninsula ranges where they really need the rainfall. Sierra Nevada is going to get around to snow, even some snow possible for Southern California as well, maybe Big Bear area also. And then that system will be kicking out. But if you look at total precipitation in inches, I've zoomed in here on the state of California, and you can see, you're talking about 1/10 of an inch, 2/10 of an inch for Los Angeles Metro, San Diego Metro, and kind of scattered across some of the San Joaquin Valley, the Sierra Nevada, Transverse Range, Peninsula Ranges, getting more up over 1/2 an inch, maybe some places even a little bit more than that. So we will definitely take it. It's been a long time since some of these areas have seen measurable precipitation, and an extremely long time since they've gotten over 1/10 of an inch from many locations. And here's the 24-hour snow total. Again, you can kind of see across some of Southern California, some of the higher terrain could be getting a few inches of snowfall in the Sierra Nevada. A pretty decent round here as well. This goes all the way on through Sunday night. If we take a look at probability of 1/10 of an inch or greater, and not bad. You can see it start off across the Sierra Nevada, come down the San Joaquin Valley, some of the Central Coast even getting a bit of that action, and Southern California, some of the higher terrain, greater than 90% chance of getting the 1/10 of an inch of rain or more as we go on into this upcoming weekend. So glad to see that, but again, still the inside slider variety. So we're not talking about huge amounts of precipitation, but again, some of the higher terrain you can kind of see there in the Los Angeles metro, a 1/10 of an inch or two. Same thing, San Diego. So if we look at a wider view of things, Hawaiian Islands, bottom left, we're looking at 18,500 millibars, general trough and ridge position. There's the state of California. You'll see what's going on here as we bring that ridge across the Pacific Northwest. Next system, kind of inside slider, again, comes down, but that is our precipitation maker as we go on in through Friday night into Saturday, and you can see it hang out as we go through early portions of the next week, but that'll be sliding off to the east. And then you can see we get a bit of a pattern change. The Gulf of Alaska trough returns, but we've got some ridging off the west coast of North America. Don't like to see that. That's not a good precipitation signal for the state of California. That's wet for the Pacific Northwest, but not much for California right there. So hopefully that trough can dig down a bit further south, and we can start to bring some of this rainfall back. But we'll take things one step at a time. We're still looking kind of far out in the forecast there. And if we look at apparent temperature, we're scrolling through the day here today. You'll see things warm up across some of the coastal areas, Southern California, up the northern Oregon coastline there. And then, but if you go to the overnight hours, you can see combined with that wind chill, it's very cold. And then especially if you're even in the wind sheltered valleys, these temperatures are going to be dropping off at times over the next couple of days as well. But look at as you go through the day Wednesday, pretty darn right warm feeling there across the Los Angeles metro, San Diego metro also. So yeah, temperature look there. So 6 to 10 day temperature look kind of below normal there as we go towards the end of the month. These aren't telling us too much. You see that 6 to 10 day mixed bag across California. So, we're just kind of watching that one system right now. We don't have any other precipitation makers in the forecast just yet. But again, check back daily. And by the way, I will be home tomorrow, so I'll be doing my normal briefing from my studio back home. I am in a hotel again and in the outskirts of San Diego right now. 8 to 14 day mixed bag for the West Coast. This isn't telling us much, but this is probably a fairly accurate depiction there for the below normal there across much of the state of California. But yeah, there we go. Visible satellite imagery. We're going to go back out and take a look at some things today. Maybe check out some damage. Do some readings on the low relative humidities this afternoon, and then I should be back tomorrow again to do my normal briefings. But anyway, thanks for everybody who watched during the live stream last night. And click like and subscribe. We will do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.